Okay, welcome back. So now, earlier on, we talked about how to the use case of sort and filter. Now we're going to look at flash view. We're going to look at alignment. We're going to look at cell formatting. We're also going to look at data cleaning somehow, just so that we complete this task, and I'll send it back to my boss. All right. Now what I did was I had to come here. I click on this, and I'll double click here. If you see, notice when this is tick, I'll double click, then I'll click out just to see. So you see what what Excel has done is that it has taken the highest, it has taken the shape of the the text that has the highest length, and then it's returned that to me. But this is so big, I can do a little more adjustment to it. So if I adjust this a little bit, and then I try to drag this a little bit, and then you see my location column is coming up. So if I drag this a little bit again, somewhere here, and then now it's pretty cool. I can see all the data sets here. All right, the next thing I want to do is, if you look at the column headers are all in white, and it's not okay. The text color is not okay, and it's not readable for anybody. It's not visible. So you go to home, and then I'll click on A1. I'll do Control Shift down arrow to highlight the entire row of that. And then if I go to text, I'll select black. You click here, you select automatic or black. All right. So if I select this, and then that's that. Another thing I can do is I made it bold. All right. Now if you notice, this is bold. That's why it's so bold, and that's it. The next I want to do is to clean. Remember, when we're doing sort and filter, we saw that Port Harcourt has about 3 different. So I don't want that to happen in this data. So I want to clean it. So if I click on any of the cell, and then I'll go to data, and I'll click on filter, the filter button will come up on this, and then now I can click on filter. Now there are many ways you can do this, but this is the best way I like to get my work so very easy if I'm using Excel. There are other ways you can do that, so we'll learn a lot of that in class, different methods where you can do this. Okay, so if I uncheck this, and I'll scroll down and select Port Harcourt, so I'll click OK. So I'll now try to correct this using flash view. All right, so if I select this, and then the flash view button, and then I'll draw down. So flash view uses that to clean that up for me. And if I go back and I'll click on clear filter, and I go back and check again, you see that Port Harcourt, all of that has been cleaned, and I have only one Port Harcourt right now. Okay, so that's fine. The next I want to do is, first I need to remove this filter, and then now I can look at the numbering. Okay, so what I just need to do is to remove the A1, A2, and then remove A3, and now I can just give a cell instruction of what I want it to do. I want it to start from 1 up, 1 2 3 down to counts. Okay, so if I type 1 here, and I'll type 2 on this part, the next I want to do is to select the A2 and A3. So if I press shift down and select A2 and A3, so then again I'll use my flash view. If I double click, boom, it replaces that with all of that. And if I look down at my taskbar, it already told me that the numerical count of the list of hospital is 127. That's the numerical count of the list of hospital. The next thing I want to do is to look at the naming. This is not looking nice for me, so I can just put it in one word, just so that it's okay. So I can just rename this to SN and remove the slash, and then I can put this as hospitals, and I think that's fine for me. Good. So now I want to title my document so that it's easy for my boss to be able to read what I'm sending. So if I look at the arrow key, at the first row, that's the header row. If I select that, right click, and I'll click insert. So the moment I click insert, Excel drops down, and then I can select the entire role here. I'll go to home and I'll look for merge and center. So now I can write any text along this part. So I can title this hospital hospital lists for 5 states. 5 states. So I can put a bracket and put the name of the states. Okay, I just put 5 states. That's all. And that's fine. Whatever, you can put anything you like. All right. Now another thing you can also do is I might want to take what we call a format. So here I just want to put maybe I'll just flash fill this. I'll use this just to make it look nice, and then I'll make this bold. I can choose to also increase the size. All right, and hospital is for 5 states. Okay, so this is nice, so cool. And then I look at the border. I can just put all borders on this so that it has the same thing. Now my data set is ready. But one more thing, remember, I had to put it there. So I had to put it in a different worksheet so that it stands on its own. So if I come to this sheet, I right click the sheet, you have move or copy. If you click on move or copy, you will see workbook, and then you can now see a new workbook, and boom, it takes that worksheet out. Now I can save this file, save as, and I can name it whatever I want. I can put it on download for the purpose of this class. Just put it on cyber solution. Now I put the name of the hospital depending on whatever you like. So I called that earlier hospital list for 5 states. Thank you for watching. That's it. So the file is ready. Now I can send this file to my boss. Okay, sometimes we can also print, but we're not going to talk about printing here anyway. So but with this, I'll be able to communicate that data set, and it's looking more nice to my boss for whatever he wants to do with it. Okay, thank you very much. I'll see you in the next class.